Lizzo. Your hair looks nice.
Thanks, it's grown on me.
Welcome everyone. This is our first official podcast, video cast together. For those of you who don't know, I'm Dr. Mel. I am the owner and founder of Inspire Life Chiropractic Center, located just outside of St. Paul, Minnesota, way up north. And I'm one of the co-hosts of the Inspire Life podcast, where we're here to bring you empowerment, strategies, and inspiration for your health and beyond.
Yeah, I'm Michael. I am the manager, office manager here at Inspire Life Chiropractic Center. I'm also the founder and owner of Inspire Health Coaching Company. So, again, located here in St. Paul, and the reason we're doing this podcast is because we've both gone through a lot when it comes to health and wellness, and a lot of learning, and we have a lot of experience, and know a lot of different tips and tricks and things that we just want to share with the greater community and share with you. So thanks for listening.
Yeah, thank you for tuning in. And if you guys didn't know, we are related.
Yeah, we are.
I'll let you guess.
There is a conspiracy theory that I'm adopted because my mom couldn't remember what hospital I was born at. I couldn't find my original birth certificate, but I think there's enough evidence to show that yes, we are brother and sisters. So
if you check out our man buns or woman buns, you'll definitely be able to tell. Quick side note on that, because in podcasts, I think sometimes it's fun to have tangents, but when my brother was born, apparently, I don't remember this, but apparently when he came home from the hospital, my mom asked me, Melissa, what do you think of your baby brother? And I said, Mom, you should take him back to Target.
I remember, and I'm still offended.
We're going to be talking about how to heal from trauma, and that could be a traumatic experience. But all joking aside, we really do believe that your health can be inspired by choice and not inhibited by chance. And we have, as Michael alluded to, we have gone through our own health and healing journeys, and our purpose and mission for this podcast is to really reach a greater audience, because we have friends and family across the nation, across the globe, and we get that sometimes you can't come see us here at Inspire Life, but we believe we have really powerful strategies and information and wisdom, not only from us, but the community we're tapped into, to help you really live an inspired life from the inside out. And I'm really excited because obviously we're learning in this journey and we're putting ourselves out there. So if you're new to this podcast, you might be listening to us on Spotify, you might be on the video cast on YouTube. Our goal is to get it out into Google. We're on Anchor and Apple iTunes. So just be on the lookout for all those different platforms, because we're putting ourselves out there and we're learning just like you are. And we will be the first to say that we don't have it all figured out. And that's why we're here to share with you how we're figuring it out and how you can feel empowered and step into fear rather than have it halt you. So just a couple housekeeping things when it comes to future podcasts. You can download on any of those platforms, and if you do feel inspired, please share it with your friends and family. Again, because we get that sometimes you don't have the ability to go to a physical place, but we're here to just spread that message far and wide. So on that note,
yeah, I also wanted to mention too, a big part of this podcast and the way we're going to do it is we're looking for feedback from other people, because we may think that we know what we want to talk about, but we want to provide content for you. So if you ever have an idea of what you want us to cover on our podcast, when it comes to topics or even guest ideas, let us know. You can give us a call, you can give us an email.
Yeah.
Do you want to go through that stuff?
Yeah, you can call or email us. You can reach us at connect@inspirelifechirocenter.com. Depending on what platform you're listening to, of course, if you're on social media, you can comment below, whether it's on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Michael and I are both on those platforms. I'm at Dr. Mel Krug, as well as Inspire Life Chiro Center.
Yeah. CoachKrug.com is my website, and for this episode, and I think for many episodes, we'll put contact info in the description, because again, it comes down to producing content for you, for those who are listening. And thanks for listening too.
Intro, outro. which is a whole, I just want to acknowledge people. If you're a podcaster and you're a creator of podcasts, it takes time to set up this equipment and learn, and Michael and I are already figuring out, okay, we need extension cords, we need this, how is the sound quality? So we appreciate you sticking with us. And one of the things we want to talk about today is what it looks like to put yourself out there. As Michael mentioned, we're going to talk about personal healing stories, our strategies and tips to health and healing beyond chiropractic, whether it's food, nutrition, meditation, trauma. We're going to have guest speakers and probably invite some people who have had their own healing experiences, whether it's some of my clients or Michael's clients. But today we want to talk about putting yourself out there. And when a lot of people think, oh, I've heard so many of my friends say, and Michael, you probably heard this too, I want to create a podcast, or I'm going to start doing videos just like you, or I don't know how you do those Facebook Lives. And I guess from my perspective, you just have to kind of go in head first. And one of my mantras that I've learned from my business coaches is done is better than perfect. We don't have everything figured out with this, nor do we with health. We're always learning. But one of my mantras is done is better than perfect, and letting go of that perfectionism. Being a firstborn child, I was a straight A student. I had to get all A's. I was a captain, and Michael probably saw that, and he's completely opposite from me. So Michael, in your world, what does that look like for you when you think about like putting yourself out there?
I think it comes back to something you mentioned earlier, which is the fear piece. A lot of times when we think about putting ourselves out there, putting content on the internet, or if it's writing a blog, whatever it may be, a lot of times we are nervous about how people may react. Naturally, I think the majority of people want people to enjoy their content, and if there's something that you put out there that isn't well received, that doesn't get the feedback that you want, that has negative reviews on it, how do you overcome that? And how do you get yourself in a mindset of saying, okay, I'm just going to be vulnerable and be myself, be authentic, and put myself out there. And whether people like it or not, as long as at the end of the day I am being myself and speaking my truth, that's what's really important. And at the end of the day, if we are really being our authentic self and sharing that with other people, people will recognize that and value it. And any feedback is going to be a room for you to grow. Even if it is a negative feedback, even if people don't like what you are putting out there, it's always room to take a step back, reflect on it, analyze, grow, and continue to move forward and keep putting stuff out there.
Yeah, that's a big thing I think to remember too, is for those of you who are on this journey with us, when you put yourself out there, as Michael said, it does come back to being vulnerable. And it makes me think about when we had our first 1-star review with Inspire Life Chiropractic Center. So if you go on our website and you go to Inspire Life Chiro Center and look up our reviews, we have a 4.9 rating. All of them are 5 stars, and we're human. We don't expect all 5 stars, but one of them is a 1-star review. And I remember seeing that as a practitioner and a business owner, and this woman had left no comments about, I had actually never
We've never even met her.
We don't know who this person is.
Office.
Yeah. And I, rather than getting down on myself, I was like, okay, maybe this person saw something online they didn't agree with, or they heard something. Either way, I responded in a way that said, hey, whatever experience you had, I want to know. So as Michael said, feedback is an opportunity to grow, and learning how to not take it personally. Because here's the thing, you guys may agree with us on a lot of what we're going to be talking about on the Inspire Life podcast and future podcasts that I know Michael's up to creating, and you may not agree with us. And that's just part of life. We talk about how one article could say that coconut oil is good for you, and then the next article comes out the next day saying that it's bad for you. So I think the more you can tune into your most authentic self, the more that you're going to feel that sense of empowerment to keep moving forward and to keep taking the next step, knowing that perfectionism in that is just an illusion.
An illusion indeed.
So we appreciate you guys tuning in. Just a little, a couple nuances as far as putting yourself out there. And Michael and I are very open to feedback. We try not to take things personally. And there may be things that we receive feedback about that, it may just not align with the way that we do things, and that's okay. It's nothing against you either. But at the same time, we are both of the consciousness that feedback is an opportunity to grow. And we encourage you to see the world in that light. So taking this podcast and really looking at how challenges are there to serve us, and that just taking that next step and letting go of perfectionism is really what's going to help you move forward. So anything else you'd like to close on, Michael?
I think just building off the feedback, leave us feedback however you're listening to this. If you can leave a review, subscribe, give us feedback, let us know what you want to hear, what we're doing well, what we can improve on, and it's going to be a fun journey. It's, again, we're learning as we go too. So that's what I got.
Yeah. And thank you, Michael, for doing this with me. We've been wanting to collaborate on something for a long time, and eventually we just said, you know what, let's do it. So I appreciate you as my brother and team member. And you guys, Michael's more than just an office manager. He really has helped Inspire Life grow so much. And I'm honored to have been able to help him start to move towards his dreams of being an amazing life coach and health and wellness coach, and sounds like maybe someday a doctor too. So I'm just honored to be on this journey with you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, we will see you guys in the next episode. Until
Cheers.
then, keep inspiring.
Adios.